Hello, sorry if this is a bit of a ramble, but I kind of wanted to clarify this in a video since there wasn't a super uh, clear guide on exactly what to do if you want to play your GBI with a Carby through the Retrotink 5X. So here's our Carby back here with HDMI, but as you can see down here in the darkness, we'll give it a pull up. Come on. Doesn't want to focus. That is basically all this is. There we go. This is a HDMI to component converter, and it'll keep the input that goes through the HDMI, and it will keep that, move this over here, it fell down, into a component, and then you're going to plug this directly into your Retrotink 5X, as you can see here, and we have the screen on up here. So now what we're going to want to do, if you want to do GBI, you want to go to apps here. You can use any mode, but I just do high fidelity. And we're going to scroll down. We don't actually want to use Carby and OSSC. We want to use this one here. And now it's going to say no signal, but here it is, obviously. So what this does here is this allows 360p to go through component, which then gets output as 1080p so that any device will like it. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to check interpolation here. Make sure it's sharp. Deinterlation doesn't matter because we are in progressive scan. We're going to go to horizontal sampling. It's automatically going to go to GBI optimal, so that's great. So that's going to let our picture look really sharp. And then I believe the only thing we want to check here is post-processing. No, I always forget where this one is. It might be video ADC. No, those are low-pass filters. I have them turned on just to clean up some of the noise. It depends on what you want. I can never remember where this one is. Oh. It's in here, that's right. So HDMI output, you're going to want frame lock. It's just going to help with latency and whatnot. Make sure you turn that on, then you can save that to a profile. And then every time you do GBI, it will detect it. When you go to horizontal sampling, you'll just want to leave this on auto because when you turn your GameCube on, it's going to be outputting at 480p. And if it's on GBI optimal, it'll be a little weird. If you do it on auto, it'll automatically detect and it'll switch from that. So you don't really have to touch anything ever. Okay, so now it's up here. This is, we're going to go into the Carby now. They give you this remote. We're going to go hit OK. Now the menu's going to be a little screwed up because it's 360p. The main one that you want to check, there's two. We're going to go to picture settings here. Not this one. Saturation you can adjust if you want. We're going to want to go to output. I have all these on. This is allow 480p mode, cropped 486 to 480. I have that. Enhanced DVI mode, limited range. You want all that like that. And then our last one, advanced settings. Make sure chroma interpolation is off. All of these don't really matter, except there's two that are important. Digital color format, make sure it's RGBF. If you go into some of the YCC settings, you will not have the correct colors from component video. And you do this here, and you won't have an issue. And then sample rate hack, that fixes the drifting audio that comes from the GameCube's digital out port. That is a non-standard audio timing. That fixes that. It wasn't documented very well either. And then you can do store. And we will go and hit exit here, and it is gone. Okay, well now, let's do this real quick. Okay, we're back with the lights dim so you can truly see the projector here. Now, the other reason why that this is important to use the Retrotink is you can see the lights here. is that it also standardizes our capture card here. So as you can see on our capture card, this is reporting as 1080p, and that allows the Retrotink to do all that work. If you tried directly plugging this HDMI of the Carby into the capture card, especially like 960i, some of the modes were for GBI, it does not show up properly. But this Retrotink standardizes all that. So in conclusion, let's go back to this device here a little. I'll turn this on. Here. This was $20. It's on Retro RGB's website. It works great for me. It is powered, and it does exactly what it needs to do. Just make sure you have the correct settings on the Carby. I was stuck on that digital color format mode for a bit. But as you can see, it looks really, really, really good. Pretty much no complaints. The camera makes it look slightly odd when the picture is moving, but really it's everything you could want. So yeah, that is it for GBI on your GameCube with a Carby through the Retrotink 5X. I hope it was a little helpful. I know I ranted a little bit, but I could not figure out what the hell I was doing until I did some trial and error. So thanks for watching. Have fun with your Game Boy games on a nice crisp picture and with a controller. Goodbye.